Welcome to class soulmate. So this is the cape that we're going to be making. Hope you love it. If this is what you like to know, please stay tuned to the end. Okay, so this is the fabric I'm going to be using. This is Ankara fabric, and then I have paper stay. Now you can use peplum stay to make it more stronger, to make it stand more and not collapse so easily. Okay, so it's just a small amount of akara that we need. I'm going to be folding it into two for the front part. Okay, this is for the front part that I'm folding it into two. Now from the upper part, I'm going to draw out my border line, that is to make it straight. Okay, I'll make it straight. So once that is done, I'm going to cut it out. Now from there, I'm going to come down by 2.5. Now you can decide to do 2 inches or 1.5 if you don't want it to be too pointy at the up. Okay, but here I did 2.5. 2 inches is just okay, right? So from that line, on that line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement, right? I'm going to mark my actual shoulder measurement. That is what I'm going to be marking it. Then I'm going to add 4 inches to it. Now this 4 inches came about your round shoulder minus your upper bust circumference. So mine gave me 4 inches, but then I decided to add extra 1 inch, but that was not necessary. It's just going to make it big. Okay, plus half an inch. Now I advise that you add only 4 inches, including the sewing allowance. That is enough, right? Because I later cut it out. Then I'll mark the width of my neckline, which is 3 inches or 3.2 inches, so it doesn't choke, and the depth the same thing, so that it rounds up properly. 3 inches or 3.2, everything will align together and not gape. Okay, so I'll use my cuff to connect the neckline together. Hope you understand what I talked about on the shoulder. Mark your actual shoulder, then add 4 inches, or the 4 inches came about round shoulder minus upper bust circumference. Whatever it gives you, divide by 2. Now here I'm marking the depth of the cape from my neck line depth. I came down by 7 inches. Okay, depending on where you want it to be, 7 inches from the depth of the neckline. So from the where I mark the shoulder line, it should be around 12 inches. Okay, 12 inches from the shoulder line or thereabouts, 10 inches, whichever one. Okay, I hope you understand, right? 7 inches from the depth of the neckline. So this is just what you're going to be working with for the front measurements, right? So at this point, I'm going to divide that part into two. The depth of the cape, I'll divide it into two. Later on, you're going to find out why I divided it into two. I hope this is making sense to you. That is my shoulder line. So towards the end of your actual shoulder line, this is how you're going to place your cuff and connect it to the tip of the cape, right? Connect it to the tip of the cape. So I said use 4 inches, or divide minus your round shoulder from your upper bust show circumference from your round shoulder, whatever it gives you, divide by 2, and that is it. So from there, I'm going to, at the midpoint where I marked, I'll come up by 2.5. Here I did 2.5. I added something to it later so that it deepens more, right? 2.5 here, like I said, I came up by 2.5. If you want it to be more deep, you can do 3 inches, right? Whichever one that you want. This is a guide, so I'm going to curve it this way. if this curve is not working for you, you can use your free hand to connect it. You can see the way I'm connecting it. Okay, I'll turn the cape this other side. Like I said, if the the curve rather is not working for you, you can use your free hand and curve it. So this is what we have for the front. Where the major line or major issue comes here is around the shoulder line, right? So you can watch this video again and again until you get that shoulder line. Listen attentively and get that properly so that you don't have something that is wider than your shoulder or falls off or becomes very tight that you cannot move around, right? So the reason I added that 1 inch, which I said I later removed, is so that I can freely move my hand. But then this is just fashion. You must not make it so um free on you, otherwise it might be shifting up and down, and we want it to be kind of fitted. Okay, so everything must not be about comfort. So I've cut for the front. I'm going to place it and cut for the back. The back is just the same thing, the difference is in the neckline. Okay, so at the neck area, the center back, I'm adding half an inch so that you can use it to overlap the other and pin it either with a hook and eye or fastener or whatever it is that, or button that you're going to be using to overlap it. But there is no zipper at the back. Okay, there's no zipper at the back. So this is what I have for the back. Everything is just the same. The depth of the neckline for the back, I did 1.5. You can do 1 inch, 1.5, 2 inches, but it shouldn't be too deep. Okay, so this is it. This is for the depth of the neckline. I marked 1.5 inch for the back depth, neck depth, 1.5 inch, and connect it to the width for the front. I hope you fully understand what is going on here. So there is no lining for this. Now if you want to add lining, of course it should have lining if you're making it for something very serious. This is just for tutorial purpose. You're going to cut lining for both back and front the same way that you've cut the main fabric, everything the same. That is what you're going to use for the lining, and the lining should be the same fabric, right? Except you want to use something different, everything cut the same, but you're only going to add your stay to the main fabric and not on the lining, except you want everything to be too rigid, right? So this is the state I've added. Now if you're going to be adding lining, we're going to join the main fabric separate and join the lining separate, after which you turn it just the same way that you turn your normal fabric with lining. Cover up the parts that needs to be covered and keep open the parts that needs to be kept open. Of course, only the neckline and the lower parts should be open so that you can wear it this way. Okay, so does this make sense to you? Please give it a thumbs up, like it, say something, make a comment, share it, and we'll really appreciate as we bring you more interesting and fun tutorials, right? This is so beautiful. You can make it for your clients, make it for yourself, make it for anyone. Love you. Bye.